Now, in his most strongly worded statement since the anti-vaccine mandate protest that began nearly 2 weeks ago, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that all options are on the table to end the blockade, further emphasizing on how the government is still not contemplating sending in the army. Listen in.
I want to make something very clear. The illegal blockades seeking to take our neighborhoods and our economy hostage, and the collective COVID fatigue we are facing, are two very separate things. If you joined the protests because you're tired of COVID, you now need to understand that you are breaking laws. The consequences are becoming more and more severe. You don't want to end up losing your license, end up with a criminal record, which will impact your job, your livelihood, even your ability to travel internationally, including to the US. We've heard your frustration with COVID, with the measures that are there to keep people safe. We've heard you. It's time to go home now.
Meanwhile, 2 days after Ottawa declared a state of emergency, Canada's Ontario province has also invoked state of emergency, threatening fines and jail time, all in a bid to end the blockade that is only growing with each passing day. Now, the Freedom of Convoy truckers who are protesting against the COVID-19 mandates have caused major disruptions in multiple areas of the province in recent weeks. And responding to the ongoing truckers' protests in Ontario, Premier Doug Ford said that he supports the right of the people to protest, but he said that no one has the right to impede the movement of goods, people and service along critical infrastructure. Ford further pledged new legal action against protesters, including fines and potential jail time for non-compliance with government orders.
Today, I'm using my authority as Premier of Ontario to declare a state of emergency in our province. And I will convene Cabinet to use legal authorities to urgently enact orders that will make crystal clear it is illegal and punishable to block and impede the movement of goods, people, and services along critical infrastructure. This will include protecting international border crossings, 400 series highways, airports, ports, bridges and railways. It will also include protecting the safe and essential movement of ambulatory and medical services, public transit, municipal and provincial roadways, as well as pedestrian walkways. Fines for non-compliance will be severe, with a maximum penalty of $100,000 and up to a year imprisonment.
Meanwhile, it is not only Canada which is reeling under an avalanche of anti-vaccine mandate protesters. The Freedom of Convoy has taken a global stage. Various countries have found inspiration in Canada's ongoing Freedom Convoy protests. Now, after New Zealand, scores of protesters marched in France, opposing COVID vaccination rules and other COVID restrictions.
I think we can really say thank you to them because of them, because of the truckers and everybody, all Canadians, they kind of federate all the people. So that's why in Australia, in New Zealand, and now in Europe and in France, the people look at it, and I guess it really pushed them to go on the street and fight for the freedom too.
And inspired by horn-blaring Freedom Convoy demonstrations in Canada, scores of motorists from several cities across France gathered outside Paris, defying police orders to not enter the city. And expressing concern, French Prime Minister Jean Castex has asserted on how, despite the Constitution guarantees of right to protest, the right to block others or prevent freedom of movement is not guaranteed.
Le droit de manifester et d'avoir une opinion est un droit constitutionnellement garanti dans notre République et dans notre démocratie. Oui. Le droit de bloquer les autres ou d'empêcher d'aller venir ne l'est pas. Donc oui, nous avons pris, j'ai demandé au ministre de l'Intérieur, au préfet de police de prendre des mesures pour ne pas bloquer, comme c'était semble-t-il l'intention des manifestants, pour ne pas bloquer
donc,
Paris.
S'ils vont à Paris, ils seront arrêtés ? Ils seront arrêtés.
Absolument, bien sûr.
Ils
Des
seront
contrôles seront faits s'ils bloquent la circulation ou s'ils entendent de bloquer la capitale.